Hey recruits!
What's up, guys?
Hey guys, thank you for tuning in to episode 2 of Finish the Batter. We're so excited to be back with you.
We're so excited, and also don't forget to hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell so you don't miss any great content that we put out.
Absolutely. As always on this show, we're going to cover travel ball, we're going to cover high school ball, college ball, we're going to cover recruiting as a whole.
And we're also going to cover my recruiting journey, just everything that I went through, tips and tricks, and just all that sort of stuff. We're also going to bring special guests to come join us on the show, like to talk about their recruiting journey and just everything that they went through also. And sometimes we'll film at other places. This is our new background, as you can see. Pretty dope, pretty cool.
Yeah, we're going to keep adding to it. But as she said, we're going to film from on location from places like sports restaurants, like walk-ons, things like that. We're trying to set that up with them now so that you can see us in different locations and just be a part of this whole process. We're so excited. So guys, what we're going to do now is we're going to talk about the game Friday against the Woodlands. It was rough. It was uncharacteristic of the Grizzlies. They had a lot of errors in the first inning that they don't normally make because we have a really good infield with, Avery at third base.
She's a lefty, but she's stellar.
Yeah, and we've got Caitlin at shortstop. We have second base. We have Allie. We have Carissa at first base.
Even our outfield is stacked. Yeah. We've got Morgan and right, Savannah in center, and JC in left. And when I tell you, our defense is usually pretty solid. It is usually so solid.
So it was a rough first inning. We were making uncharacteristic errors and throwing to bases instead of getting the outs. It was just rough, and I mean it happens. Every team does it, but it was one of those where we were, vying for seeding. It was an important game, and Woodlands came to play, and we didn't. You want to talk about that?
Yeah. So we lost 20-10. I don't know if I said that.
No.
Okay. Yeah. So we lost 20-10, and it was like we said, it was so rough. So the first inning, their pitcher, she had just gotten back from a sprained ankle injury. Actually, she got cleared that morning of the game, and she ended up walking like 5 batters. It was, and so she got pulled, and then we scored 3 runs. Well, then it started to pour down rain, like raining cats and dogs. It was pouring.
Yeah, it was bad.
And so then they came out and went in the dugout, and then we got on the field, and then they ended up scoring 11 runs. We did, however, have a lot of walks. I mean, the ball's wet. I mean, you have to expect walks, and so but then so they scored 11 runs, and then we came back up to bat, and we got 3 up, 3 down, and then we went back out on the field, and we held them for a bit.
We held them for a couple of innings.
It was 11-3 for a couple of innings, and then we actually came back and scored what? 4 or 5 runs? Yeah,
I mean, we got it back to, I think, 15-10 at one point, and you could feel the momentum turning a little bit. And then in the top of the 6th inning, we had a 3 up, 3 down inning at bat, and then they came up and put one quick run on the board.
Yep.
And then hit a walk-off grand slam.
By Haley Mountain. She's super good. She just hit a solid over the fence, no doubter. Like 240 feet. It was crazy. Good hit to you, Haley. Good job if you're watching this. So that was just an unfortunate game for the Grizzlies.
All right, so we're going to now recap the Willis game for you, okay? It was a close game yesterday.
That was one of the closest games we've ever played. That was so close.
Really good game. The lefty pitcher for Willis, Marissa Fletcher, she's pitched against y'all twice.
Yep.
And she's kind of shut y'all down both times.
Yeah, she almost had a no-hitter both games. She is one of those pitchers that will throw you the pitch that you don't like. Like, she is so great. I'm, so proud of her. Good job. I don't really know her personally, but if you're watching this, good job. Great job.
So after the first inning, they had a 1-0 lead over Grand Oaks,
and that was for like 5 innings.
She had a no hitter going for almost 5 innings, and I'll be honest, I got kind of worried because she was pitching rise balls and she was changing them up. One inning, she was relying on the rise ball. Next inning, she was throwing drop balls. The next inning, she was throwing outside, and she was keeping all the hitters off balance. And I thought for a minute, I'm like, oh, this could be a no hitter, but.
I mean, hey, we pulled it out. JC Mead is an awesome hitter. She's our leadoff batter. And so basically the way that we took the lead is it was in, the bottom of the fifth.
It was the bottom of the fifth.
Bottom of the fifth, yeah. And so Savannah was up to bat. She got hit in the back, and so she got to first. Haley Pear came up right behind her.
She got hit on the helmet.
I think it was in the back. I don't know.
Okay.
One of the two.
That's why she looked upset.
Yeah. Helmet back, one of the two. And then Haley Parr got up there, and she hit like up the middle kind of, but the second baseman like hit off the side of her glove, so I guess it's an error. Yeah, but she still got on base. Hey, anyway, you can get on base. You get on base. Yeah. And so we had Savannah at second, Haley at first, and then JC comes up to bat. She hits a shot to the right center gap.
Yeah, to the 4 gap.
And we scored 2 runs, so then the score was 2-0. Us.
No, 2-1.
Oh, 2-1. Right.
So, yeah, so at that point, it was still one of those games where I'm like, okay, 1 run is not enough.
No, we need, like, insurance. But.
So in the top of the 6th, in the 6th inning, nobody scored any runs. It was 3 up, 3 down for both teams. Mm-hmm. In the top of the 7th, though, their leadoff batter came up, and when I say she's fast,
she's incredibly fast. Yeah, she's so fast. She hits a shot down the third base line, and Avery's our third baseman. She's a lefty, and so she watched the ball, and she saw it come, and she thought it was foul, so she throws her hands up foul, and she's looking at it, but then the umpire's like, no, like, that's a fair ball. Yeah. So she's like, oh, crap. So she turns around, and JC is sprinting to the fence. Be mindful, our fence is 213, and it's 8 feet tall. It's huge. And so she's running to the corner of the outfield to the fence, and she gets that ball, fires it all the way from the outfield to the third base in the air. Be mindful, in the air. Avery grabs the ball, tags her out at third, and she's out. And it was the craziest moment. Yeah. And be mindful, we didn't have any outs at that point, so then that was 1 out, and you would have thought we would have won the game. But no, we needed 2 more outs. But it was crazy. And
then after that, the next girl I think struck out, and then the third girl, she pops out to Morgan in foul territory in right field. That was the game winner. And in fact, I'm going to put that right after this. So, guys, one more thing about the Willis game last night is Caitlin Dunbar.
My best friend.
She pitched a heck of a game.
She did so good. She did so good, and she also pitched really great in the first game against them. But last night she pitched so well. I'm so proud of her, and I just want to say, Kate, you did an awesome job. Pound it, and I'm so proud of you. So
she looked really confident. You could tell that, even if they got a hit, she wasn't bothered by it.
Not at all.
She just went on to the next pitch, and she looked dominant yesterday.
Absolutely.
She's in the 60s on the radar, but yesterday she looked extremely confident. Very proud of Kate. Good job, kid.
Great job.
All right, guys, so now we're going to look ahead to the second game of the Battle of the Oaks on Friday. That game's actually been moved to 3 p.m.
Yeah.
We've got some bad weather coming in, it looks like, for Friday night.
Like 100% chance of rain. And it's their prom, which I think is kind of weird to have prom on a Friday, but I think it's because College Park and the Woodlands, they all have prom at the same place, so they all have it on the same weekend. And so I don't know if that's why, but it could be. So that's why I moved it up to 3.
So I don't know if you know anything about Oak Ridge. They've got 2 stud players. Sam Grader, who's committed to University of Louisiana Lafayette.
She's cold.
And then they've got Morgan Dutton, who's committed to Odessa.
Yeah.
She could be a D1 player easily. Her bat is, she hits one of the hardest shots I've ever seen.
Bombs.
Everything she hits is hard.
Yeah, against us, she hit a 3-run bomb over left field. Hit the scoreboard, hit the scoreboard. Yeah. Just dead on.
She's phenomenal. They have a really good team. I hate it for them that they're both seniors because they're fun to watch. I love to watch fun players, and now it'll be nice to see them play at the next level. But they're both fun to watch, so it sucks that they're moving on, but they're great players. They're leaving a real big legacy and real big shoes to fill at Oak Ridge. Yeah. But anyway, so it's going to be a really tough game.
It is going to be a tough game. Who pitched against them? It was Cheyenne their second baseman's sister.
Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Sorry. But she pitched a great game against us, and then she got pulled whenever we kind of started hitting against her, and then they put in Alexia, and we roped her.
Yeah. It was close. I mean, the final score was 16-13, and I'll be honest, I think we made a few errors in one inning that I think turn the game the other way. Mm-hmm. I think we don't make those errors. I think we win that game.
But also in the last inning, we were coming back. I mean, if Caitlin Martinez didn't make that diving catch in left field, we would have won.
I wish I had that on video because literally we had runners on second and third with 2 outs.
The tying run was on first base.
And Courtney Bellinger hits a shot to left field. And she had to lay full out Superman catch that ball.
ESPN.
Yeah, it's definitely a Sports Center top 10 moment. If she hadn't caught that, it would have been either a tie ball game if not a game winner, Courtney rounding the bases, because it was a shot, and she knew she had to have it, and she caught it, and props to her, because that was one hell of a catch.
That was freaking awesome. But I mean, sucked for us, but we are coming for Oak Ridge's head. We're ready, and we're ready to play. So.
And I think they have a good shot, even though it's at Oak Ridge on Friday. I think they have a really good shot. Like I said, the first one was close. This one's not going to be any different. It's a rivalry. Oak Ridge doesn't want to lose to us. We don't want to lose to them.
Yeah.
But all of our seniors played at Oak Ridge as their freshman year. So, because our school's only been open three. This is the third year. So they all played at Oak Ridge on their, as freshmen. So for them, it's one of those rivalry things. So it's going to be a really good one.
Absolutely.
Now, let's talk about playoffs a little bit. So
as like last week, we talked about how we do have a secured spot in the playoffs. We should play Spring first, Spring High School. I want to say that should be our first playoff.
They got the first seed in the district. So it looks like we're going to end up playing them next week. I think they're flipping tomorrow to see who's home or whatever they do when they flip. But we played Spring earlier in the season. We won by 3 runs. It was like close,
12-9,
but here's the thing. I'm being honest when I say this. I look at both rosters, and we, from top to bottom, we have 11 hitters on the team that can, that rake.
Yep.
They have a good 3 or 4, and then as the roster goes down, it goes down, and that's not a shot at them by any means, but we should win that game.
Hey, you never know.
You don't ever look past anybody. That's one thing in sports. You don't ever look past anybody, and we're not looking past Spring, because I know that they want to win too. But no, I feel we should win.
Yeah.
All right, so right now we're going to talk a little bit about Maddie's Fall with Illusions.
Oh my gosh, fall season was so much fun. Like I said in the last video, it was so much fun. I had a blast with all the girls, and I'm so excited to talk about it. So
yeah. All right, so here's how it went. I'm pulling from Game Changer stats. I know that the person who runs Game Changer for the team, they know how to score.
Absolutely.
I'm not just pulling stats to make her look good or anything like that. The person on the team that runs Game Changer understands what errors are, how to score them. So I have no doubt that these are legit stats. Mm-hmm. She batted 396 for the fall. She had a 442 on base. She hit 21 singles, 19 doubles, and she had 4 dingers. If you want to see those hits and her fall season, on our YouTube channel, I have all of her hits in one video. You can go take a look at that. That's part of what we do at Recruit Me Productions, by the way. Okay, so Maddie, thinking back to the fall season and how, you started with a new batting coach mid last year. Mm-hmm. He's done wonders for you. It's helped your confidence at the plate. You've been really confident behind the plate. What else has contributed to that, do you think?
Well, for starters, I started my fitness journey last July. If you know me personally, then you would know that, but I'm going to tell you guys about it. So let me just say it changed my life. I see Dr. Couch out of my pediatrician's office. She's majored in nutrition in college, and just with like athletes and like how they perform in sports and things like that. Mm-hmm. And she really focused with me on protein and like lots and lots of protein, 100 grams a day and less carbs. I had about 64 carbs a day or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And they do base it around how much you're working out or being involved in physical activity. Mm-hmm. So they gear it towards the sport that you're playing, mm-hmm. And things like that.
Yeah, and I was eating about 1,200 calories a day, and you might be like, oh my gosh, that's what toddlers need. But in a calorie deficit, eating the right kind of food, it is healthy for you. And so yeah, and it really did wonders for me. So my starting weight in July was 190, and my current weight now is 154. I'm so proud of myself just because
You should be.
Thank you. I did not think I was gonna be able to do it. Before I started my fitness journey, I had no self-confidence. I had no self-confidence in my softball ability, just anything in general. I was just unhappy. And once I started my fitness journey, I really learned how to love myself. I learned how to, honestly, I just learned to love softball again. And that's when my whole recruiting process, it really started in the fall. Mm-hmm. Yes, like I was emailing coaches in the summer, spring kind of thing, but I'm gonna be honest, I really wasn't. I really started emailing and things like that when fall season started, when I was really confident in my playing and just everything like that. And I mean, yeah, and just a disclaimer, everyone's body's beautiful. Everyone is just unique in their own way. And so I just had my fitness journey because that is something that I felt like I needed to do.
And I want to talk a little bit about Coach Perez.
Oh my gosh, Coach P in the cut.
Coach Perez is awesome. He really broke down her swing. He made it easy for her to understand. We're actually going to him right after we record this. But I can tell you, shout out to Coach Perez. He's amazing. He is
part of the reason why, I am the hitter that I am today. I used to see Coach Kim out of the A+ Drillers Academy, and she really got my hips working, but Coach Perez really, truly made me understand my swing, really, truly made me confident in myself. I mean, he is not a negative word has ever come out of his mouth to me hitting. He's always like, you're fast, you're strong, you're this, you're that, you're an awesome softball player. I mean, he is just such a great role model for me, and I'm so happy that I have lessons with him every week because I look forward to those.
And parents, I can tell you that having a hitting instructor that's positive with your child that really helps them to understand the swing is so important, because if they don't understand what they're doing wrong, they're going to keep doing the wrong things. And you also want them to understand how to do it right, so that when they're at the plate and maybe they have a swing that they didn't love, that they can make those adjustments at the plate and realize, oh, you know what, don't drop my hands, or you know what, faster hands, or whatever. But they have to understand their swing to understand how to make the adjustments at the plate.
Absolutely.
So that they can become the hitters that they need to be to play at the next level.
Absolutely.
So real quick, or for a few minutes, we're going to cover the 16 UTFL rankings. In fact, they're going to be right up here on the screen as we talk about it. So, the number one team in the state of Texas for Texas Fast Pitch League is Prolific Fast Pitch.
They're so good.
So good. Hannah Lear, she's actually going to be a guest on this show at some point.
Absolutely.
She's a pitcher for them. She'll talk more about them. I can't tell you. They're coached by Ray Vaughn. He's amazing. But they really, really good team. They won the TFL championship in the fall, and they'll probably be one of the favorites to win it again come this summer. You've got number 2 is Blaze 16 United. They took Illusions to the woodshed earlier in the fall.
Yeah, they put in a pitcher. We were losing like 10-0, and they put in a pitcher because it was her birthday. Yeah. And she had never pitched before a day in her life. She
wasn't a pitcher. She was like some positional player, and they put her in because it was her birthday. But, I mean, shout out to them. They're a really good team. Impact Gold National Rodriguez is number 3. Texas Glory Nauden South is number 4. Number 5 is Impact Gold Jazz. We actually had a really close game against them in the fall.
Yeah, we only lost by 2 runs.
We played it against them at the field where the Blinn Junior College uses for their field. And I think it was like 3-1 or something. It was really close. 16U Texas Glory Nauden comes in at number 6. Texas Bombers Gold National Coyas at number 7. The coach for that team used to play at A&M. Really good coach. They also have one of her high school teammates, Courtney Bellinger.
Yeah, she's our ace pitcher right now.
Yeah, she's really good at shortstop as well. Then number 8, Texas Bombers 16U Gold. Number 9, Texas Sudden Impact 16U. And number 10, Athletics Mercado Benola 16U. So right now that's a really good top 10. They're going to be fighting it out all summer to find out who that top team is. I know that they're going to also go to the Alliance Fast Pitch National Championship in Oklahoma later in the summer too. So that'll be fun to talk about as the summer goes on. Absolutely. And how those things shake out. Well, we've come to the end of our show for today, so real quick, we're going to talk about what we've got on next week's show. We're going to recap the second edition of the Battle of the Oaks.
Oh, that's going to be a great game.
What do you think the score is going to be?
The score? I think the score it's probably going to be pretty high, I'd say, because our last game was
16-13.
16-13. Okay, I'll say the score this time is going to be 9-7.
9-7. I'll say, you know what? I'll say it's a little bit lower. I'll say it's 7-6 Grand Oaks. I'll say we win by 1 run.
I'll say 9-7 Grand Oaks.
Recruits, Who do you think is going to win? Comment down below.
Comment down below. Also, don't forget to comment anything you guys want to see on the show, anything like that. Just comment that down below with the score.
Yep. And like the video, subscribe to our channel, guys. Don't forget.
Don't forget, and turn that notification bell on
Yep.
to make sure you get all of the great content, video information.
And guys, that's all we have for today.
That's ball game. Bye.
Bye.